firebending's overrated and very unsafe.
Hold up. Find your balance with a special excerpt from the Avatar Brave the Elements podcast.
Featuring our guests, Tiffy Starchild,
Caitlin Music,
and Noah Nordengren.
Today we're going to do something that some might deem impossible, what some might think is too dangerous, what some might say threatens what we may think about the Avatarverse.
Okay, listen, if I may jump in here, I feel like we've already established for today that we want to hear from you about what kind of bending we should, let's say, we'll all invent it together and why. And we're just going to reassure Dante all along the way that maybe this won't break the fabric of the Avatarverse. I
don't know. I just hope we make it through the other side, Barney. I just hope we make it through to the other side.
I do too. I don't want to rock your Fire Nation boat too much. This is not the first time fans of the Avatarverse have had a conversation like this. People have been talking about inventing new forms of bending since almost as long as there has been an Avatarverse. Noah, I see you over there nodding, so I know I'm right.
Oh, big time. Definitely, I remember early on there were all these conversations about all the subsects of bending, and like everybody's like, okay, like, could we do metal bending even before metal bending was a thing? Or would lava bending even work if lava bending was a thing? I mean, recreating different bending styles like this is the heart and soul of the Avatar universe.
Let's jump in, Caitlin. What do you think? Yeah, Caitlin, what's the concept you had then?
Sure. The first one off the top of my head is light bending. Is taking and refracting light. I'm a theater kid, so I think about the way that we use stage lighting and mirrors and think about magicians. So I feel like a light bender. Also, if you're a fan of the book and TV show The Magicians, that one of those people is a light. And so working with the idea of how do we shape light and how can we change it to our advantage.
I love that.
Sounds amazing.
I don't think I've ever heard that before. That makes so much sense. It's like the element of light. I mean, it feels like a little bit of a missing piece.
I heard a story, you guys. Someone did this. Do you want to hear the story real quick? I'll be really quick.
Of course we do.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So Travis Willingham, he's a voice actor, Big Trav. And I guess his brother-in-law did this book, The Secret, and attracted all these people that do different crazy things. He went to a dinner, and everyone had these weird, different metaphysical things, he said. Crazy. And he said, one guy said, what? And Travis like, we went outside. This one guy said, I have this thing. I don't know what it is. He said, what is it? And he said, it's a light thing. He said, what's a light thing? And he said, I'll show you. And he said, he picked up 2 rocks off the ground. He said, bang these 2 things together. These rocks. He goes, what? And Travis banged it like this, like he's like knocking them together. And then the guy said, no, like this. And he grabbed the 2 rocks and he slammed them so hard against each other. And then light came out of the rocks. And the guy grabbed the light and then he like threw it on the wall and did some stuff. And then he just like, that's what I could do, but I don't know what to do with it. And Travis was like, what the heck was that?
That's a light bender right there. There's a light bender.
Travis was like, don't tell the government about this because you're gonna get thrown into some kind of situation you don't want to be in.
They'll tax you for that.
I don't know. That's how I remember the story. Travis, don't reach out to me and it's just it's a story he told me at a Comic-Con one time. It blew my mind.
That's a great story. Okay, so we may or may not have proof that there is such a thing as a light bender already.
I love it.
Prescient. You knew it. You sensed it. That's amazing. What about you, Noah? Listen, maybe you're prescient about this too, because you knew when something was going to be a hit. So maybe like Caitlin, you are creating a bender that has been hiding in the shadows this whole time anyway. What do you think?
I don't know how else to say this, but Caitlin, you stole my idea.
I'm so sorry.
You were thinking about like using the light for like changing like stage lighting and all that. I'm thinking about it because simply firebending's overrated and very unsafe.
Hold up.
Those are fighting words.
Noah. Okay,
yep. Go. I said it.
I'm proud of you for saying that, Noah.
I try. Basically, firebending's overrated and a little unsafe. It's like you're trying to read a book. I'm in a library right now. If I wanted to firebend my way, I would have a serious conversation with the fire department that lives nearby me, which is actually staffed by monks.
Really?
Yeah, I literally live by a monastic community, and their fire department is staffed by monks.
How awesome is that? It's like the Airbenders are over there being like, if we need to step in, we will.
They're Benedictines.
Well, the
Got it.
concept of, I was going to ask is what kind of element is light bending, but you're saying the light bending would be a high form of fire bending.
I do think so, because basically it's like you're basically trying to read, and it's like you're in a room without lights. Like my dorm room literally has no lights in it, so like I would have to like refract the light from the hallway into my room.
That would make sense because the sun gives the firebenders, our energy, and of course during an eclipse we lose our firebending skills. So the sun is light, so being able to
The Sun Warriors
manipulate
episode.
light. Yeah, so that's
one of my favorites as well.
Fascinating. Okay, I like that. So we got like-minded individuals. Tiffy, what do you think about a different form of bending? Anything new coming up about?
I have 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay. I'm like adjusting myself in my seat like, all right,
Let's
do
go.
this. I love it.
Okay. And these might be strange as like bending concepts, but just like walk with me. Sound bending sound. Just the different things, you can even weaponize it. Imagine blowing out someone's eardrums or just creating so much noise and static that they can't function. I think we should jot down sound bending. This one might be a little bit thought bending, which is just psychic attacks. We're getting into mutants at this point, I know. But
No, it's so good, though.
bending. Right. Like imagine getting in, and if you're not a good person, if you're not aligned with the right side, you could really mess somebody up by getting into their head and literally changing their thought pattern. If there's something about like the physiology of the brain and how thoughts are formed and move about, what if someone can get in and just readjust as they see fit and change the way that you think? That's crazy. Third one, hair bending.
Hair bending.
Hair bending.
Hair.
Everything's just a matter of like, oh, I need to switch it up. Imagine getting box braids. These normally take 10, 14 hours, 1 hour tops.
Yes.
Game changer.
I love these so much. I love the twist at the end that feels maybe a little bit less, I don't want to say less powerful, but a little bit more cosmetic in a way that I super, super enjoy. And the thought bending thing is that's brilliant and terrifying. In that, along the same lines as what we were talking about with blood blending. Just the idea of
Thought
being able
bending
to
would be
manipulate.
definitely a dark bending force. It's like
It's a dark
a no.
art.
I have to jump in there.
That's a no-go.
No,
You can't do the thought bending.
The forces themselves are not good or evil. What if you use
Caitlin, I
that
love
thought
it.
bending to bring people around, to
It's
see good,
true,
to
it's
unify, to unite? That the elements, even thought
It
bending.
could be.
Yeah, it could
but
be.
we don't know.
We can
it's
use
whoever's
our
controlling
Yeah.
it. The problem is
It's
who's
whoever's
controlling it could
controlling
be
it.
brainwashing.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no Warren Bossing say. They thought they were thought bending for good.
Yeah.
Hands down.
The problem is, I think it's a dark art. I think it's like blood bending. I think thought
I disagree.
bending-
I disagree too.
I
with you,
disagree because
Janet.
I think Caitlin nailed it. Caitlin said it's not good or bad, and I think you can extend that to light bending, sound bending, hair bending. It's all about and all of the forms we understand. It's about
we can't trust ourselves. Who do we get? We don't know who's policing it.
I think, in the same way blood bending can be used for good or bad, but when it's introduced, it was definitely like this one person revolutionized it, thought of it. Blood bending was not a good thing. The idea of, because I think it ultimately, why it's a dark art, why it's a dark bending, is because it comes down to consent. At the end of the day, whether
Yes.
you're
Well
changing
said.
someone's thoughts for good or
Right.
bad,
Well
you're in
said.
a space where you do not belong. You don't belong
Right.
in their blood to make them do something. You don't belong in their
Yes.
head to make them act against their
Right.
will. So I would
Yeah.
argue that thought bending is dark, that
Not
can
dark,
be
I mean,
used for good.
good. It's AI,
okay,
you guys.
this is
It's
a
AI. We
very
need to
good-
regulate it. It's AI.
Oh,
It needs to be
hold on.
regulated.
Now, don't take my beautiful creation and do that, Dante. Don't you put that
It's
juju
You know
AI.
on
what,
me.
Dante? I
As
think
the
you're
creator of thought bending, I've got to say it is not AI.
Bend your ear for ad-free episodes with Avatar Braving the Elements Premium.
Subscribe today on Apple Podcasts.